Hey everyone. So, I wanted to speak today about times of mega transformation because sometimes um, when we go through what's sometimes called a tower moment, um, it can feel like our life's falling apart. Um, we can suddenly things can just seem to implode and we can be like, oh my God, my life's falling apart. And I'm going through one of these times at the moment. So I feel like I'm speaking from inside a tower moment. Um, and I'd just like to share some of my reflections because it might help you if you're going through such a time yourself. Um, what I find when I'm going through such a death and rebirth process such as this is your life's not falling apart. It's things are reorganizing themselves. So you're shedding old layers from within yourself, and there's lots of new energy forming too. Um, and because the outer reality reflects our internal state, um, our outer circumstances can be totally in chaos at the same time. Um, so it's all interconnected. Um, so it can be challenging. It can be challenging to navigate such a transitional moment. Um, and but there's often huge expansion to be found when we go through a tower moment. It can really shake things up. Um, and we can really melt in those fires of transformation and transform. Um, so at the moment, I'm navigating a lot of circumstances externally. Um, Not massive amounts. I mean, I can handle it. Um, but, stuff's happening circumstantially that's challenging. Let's just say that. And I feel a lot of old stuff's been triggered um, to be released, transformed. And at the same time, I'm feeling so much new inspirations, getting clearer on what I want to create in life and taking action to enjoy, do more of the stuff that lights me up. Um, so I find such times are more about redirection, more about alchemy, more about becoming a new version of you. It can be easy to focus on what is falling apart. Actually, sometimes things need to unravel because they've had their season, and that stuff, that outdated energy needs to be shed so we can become the new version of ourselves. And I've been through enough processes of transformation now to know things always become new. You know, I feel like I've been through 1,000 death and rebirth processes. It's just that now and again there's an especially big one that feels more like a quantum leap. Yeah. I encourage you, if you can, to surrender. Yeah, so allow yourself to unravel, to allow yourself to melt in those fires of transformation and rise again like the phoenix. Nice evening stroll. Ah. Sometimes it takes a transformative time of challenge to you know, crack us open. Sometimes we need a tower moment to really shake things up and help break us out of a stuck way of being so that we can be forged anew. Let that fire of transformation stoke your soul, the fires of your soul. Let yourself be crafted anew. Sometimes the outer changes, if you do go through a mega shift in your life, it can kind of come because we have made internal changes, and we're ready for a quantum leap. Sometimes our outer reality can go a bit bonkers because it's everything suddenly rearranges itself to mirror the work we've done internally. You know, it can happen that way around, or it can happen the other way around, where life just sends external challenges our way to help prompt our growth internally. So it can happen both ways. I've experienced a bit of both. You know, there's different seasons of life. Spring doesn't last forever. It transforms into summer and then autumn and then winter and back to spring again. And we too go through our different seasons. So if it feels like things are falling apart, you know, remember what nature teaches, that winter's not the end. You know, the leaves fall off the trees in the autumn. Things can be a bit barren in the winter, but spring always comes again. Transformation is always a letting go of the old and an emerging of the new. It's always a death and rebirth process. So that's how it feels for me, being in the middle of such a mega transformation at the moment. It's the sparking of mega change. I'm not focusing too much on the death or the shedding part, even though that's uncomfortable. I know on a deeper level it's the sparking of a great expansion and things coming more into alignment with a new version of me. So my life, everything's rearranging itself around that, really. So yeah, that's my reflections on on that, really. I'd just say surrender to it as best you can. Know you're going through an expansion, a rebirth. It's the beginning of the new rather than the end. And often, like, yeah, the more it feels like something's falling apart, the bigger a quantum leap you're going through. So just try and bear that in mind, and keep trying to tune into the potential of the new that's emerging. Okay, wishing you all well. And if you are going through something like this at the moment, wishing you a glorious rebirth and that you're able to ride the waves of this time. And if you do need any support with going through that transformational process, I do offer one-to-one sessions for psychospiritual support. You know, if you need someone to hold space for you with moving through things, yeah, feel free to get in touch. My email will be below anyway. And yeah, wherever you find yourself today, I'm wishing you all the best and lots of love. Bye for now.